Thanks to the reception that my directional arrow video got, I thought a continuation was needed. Because what if you wanted to see the height of the object that your arrow is pointed at? Of course, the two-directional arrow would be inadequate for that case. So we need a three-directional arrow. In this case, we're using a three-directional arrow that is being projected onto our viewport. So this 3D arrow is actually located in this viewport right here. And if I focus on it, we can see that it's below the scene. This 3D arrow is being rotated by a script, and the 3D arrow movement and rotation is being captured by this camera. The camera's viewport is being sent to this sprite right here, contained in our HUD. If I go over here and I clear this sprite, and then click New Viewport, I can click the viewport right here, click OK, and we've re-added the viewport image we're getting from this viewport right here. Going back to our arrow's rotation, it's being controlled by this script right here. And this script is going to be very similar to the one in the directional arrow video, with one important difference. Instead of rotating a sprite that's on our viewport, we're going to be rotating the 3D mesh that's in this viewport right here. And of course, this will give us our 3D arrow rotation that's put on top of the viewport. And the formula that we're using to rotate the arrow is also mostly the same, with one key difference. The Y rotation is the same. The Z rotation is a bit different due to the fact that not only do we have to rotate the Y axis and its 360-degree rotation or movement, we also need to rotate the Z-axis so the arrow points up or down depending on the player's distance to the object. So we have our Y difference right here, and it's being divided by the player distance to the nearest node. And of course the nearest node is the node that the player is closest to, as defined up here. And that's pretty much how to grab the Z rotation. But of course, we also need to add back in the Y difference as well to account for the height the object is above the player. Otherwise, the arrow is not going to quite point to that object the way we need it to. And lastly, this also works, of course, in orthogonal view. So we have our player view right here, and we have our orthogonal view. Not sure why the window disappeared there, but doesn't really matter. Not quite sure if I like this view for this particular arrow type. But hey, that's about all there is to it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or suggested improvements, please leave them below in the comments. And of course, you can find a link to this project in the description. Have a wonderful day.